Hi again. We are talking about aching joints in menopause and how to find relief naturally without pain medication. Do your knees ache when you get out of bed? Maybe your hands feel stiff in the morning. One woman told me your fingers felt like little sausages, and you're wondering, oh my gosh, am I getting old? Am I developing arthritis? Here's the truth: joint pain in menopause is common, but it is not something that you have to live with. There are natural ways to ease the aches and keep your body moving and flowing pain free so that you could have your confidence and your independence. Okay. You're watching Straight from the Doctor's Desk with me, Dr. Andrea Purcell, where I specialize in natural medicine for women, especially in midlife, when the body changes, health and hormone shifts in many ways you may not have expected. And one of the lesser talked about symptoms of menopause is joint pain. But for some women, it can be very, very significant. And for many women, it shows up really at the same time as hormonal shifts. So it's kind of like my hormones are changing and I'm getting arthritis. And then you've got sleep changes and hot flashes. So it's easy to chalk it up to, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe this is just part of aging and I have to deal with it. But that's not the whole story. So the good news is there are natural solutions to restore body comfort, mobility, and motility. So why do our joints ache more in menopause? Let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes. One, we have declining estrogen. So estrogen protects cartilage, which is the cushioning in between our bones, like a pillow in between our bones, helps reduce inflammation, estrogen does. And as levels drop, our inflammation can rise, leading to stiffness and soreness. Estrogen also has this like plumping up and lubricates the joints. Estrogen also supports collagen, which keeps joint, skin, and connective tissue flexible. And with less collagen, our joints just tend to feel a little bit more stiff, and they're feeling the decline of the estrogen. Also, we tend to gain some weight in menopause, and that puts extra pressure on our knees, our hips, our lower back. Sleep often becomes disrupted, which amplifies our pain sensitivity, making our aches feel worse. And then chronic stress raises cortisol, which fuels more inflammation in the body. So it's really a whole body change. It's a whole body approach that we need to take to get you out of pain. So the daily impact of aching joints isn't just physical. It really can seep into every part of your life. And you may start to notice that you have trouble starting your day because you're stiff in the mornings. You hesitate before you exercise or you go for walks. You start to pull back because you're feeling kind of old and maybe a little bit more sedentary you want to be instead of being out there. Maybe you're frustrated because the activities you used to enjoy now are harder to do. Here's the truth: your body isn't breaking down, but it is asking for support. If you've made it 5 decades on planet Earth and you haven't really thought about how to take better care of it, maybe the time is now. So, when we're looking at natural options for joint pain relief, the goal is to reduce inflammation, help support the joint tissue, and keep your body moving. Okay. So, why don't we look at a couple of lifestyle things that you can implement on your own? So, really, it's important to stay active. So, gentle, consistent movement, whether it's walking, yoga, swimming, cycling, it reduces the stiffness and strengthens the muscles around the joint, which actually protects the joint. You can work on balancing your weight and trying to get to a healthy weight. Even a small reduction in weight eases pressure on the joint. Definitely prioritizing sleep, making sure you're getting into bed before midnight and you have good quality sleep, which helps lower inflammation and helps give you a higher pain tolerance. Looking at some natural ways to manage stress, like deep breathing, meditation, even exercise reduces stress. And then we can look at some nutritional support, things like following an anti-inflammatory food plan with lots of leafy greens, colorful vegetables, fresh berries, cutting back on sugar and processed foods, which fuel inflammation, making sure you stay hydrated and you're drinking, I would say, at least 50 ounces of water a day. I'm a big fan of yoga, especially in menopause. I think it's incredible for the body, which really helps to stretch and lengthen the tissues. You can do massage, Epsom salt baths to increase relaxation and circulation. This is what I want you to know. Aching joints in menopause are common, but they're not something that you have to live with. It's just a sign that your body needs some help, and we need to dive in there and give it the support that it needs. And there's a lot that you can do within your control when you have the right guidance. Because this stage of life is not about slowing down. It's about reclaiming your vitality, taking responsibility for your health, and giving your body what it needs. So, I just want you to know there are many natural ways to help reduce inflammation and support your body through menopause, and every single woman is unique. But if you're interested and you want to hear more, here are 2 simple ways to get started. One, you could book a free discovery call with me. We'll talk one-on-one about your symptoms and come up with a personalized plan to help address your issues at the root. Okay? 2, you can join my email community. You can get my best midlife health tips, recipes, natural remedies delivered straight to your inbox every week. Because really, your body is designed to move, and you deserve to move with freedom and confidence and without pain. I'll see you next time.